Hello everyone, welcome back to the Microsoft Office 365 Tips and Tricks webinar for August. My name is Megan Hagedorn with the Marks Group, and today we're going to be talking about the following 3 tips. So first, we're going to talk about deduplicating a list of values in Excel. And we'll just go over how to do that. It's pretty easy. But if you've never done it before, you might not be sure which little button to press. I know the icons aren't necessarily the best for telling us what exactly they mean. Then we are going to learn how to use the help box in the corner of Microsoft Office programs to really help us find what we want. This will kind of tie into the deduplicate feature that we're going to talk about. And then finally, we're going to talk about using index match instead of VLOOKUP. So we'll talk about how to use index match and why I like using index match more than VLOOKUP. All right, so we're going to get started with our deduplication little tip. So I have Excel open here. And I've got just a list of colors that we're going to work with. So if you want to do this on real data that you're working with, I do recommend copying your list of duplicate values and pasting it somewhere else, just because it will, in fact, not even pasting it here because it will just remove the rows. Actually, let's test that. It will remove the duplicates from this list if you just leave it there. So if you wanted to reference that list later, I suggest keeping that in a separate list. So we're going to highlight our row or our column that the duplicate values are in, and then we're going to click Data. And then you'll see this Remove Duplicates button right here on, above Data Tools. We do not have headers here, so we'll leave that. And then we'll just click OK. So we've got 7 unique values, and as you can see, it just removes them from that same column. So if you, like I said, if you want to reference this full list, I suggest copying it and pasting it before you remove the duplicates, so you can still access them. But that's all you have to do to remove the duplicates. Excel makes it really nice and easy. And that leads us to our next tip, using this search box. So if I wasn't sure where deduplicates or remove duplicates was, or if I was searching for deduplicate instead of remove duplicates. Oh, sorry. Pressed enter too quickly. So if I just type in deduplicate, it's going to pop up with this remove duplicates action. So even though this isn't called deduplicate, it's still popped up with that option for us. So if I type in flash fill, or just flash, it's going to pop up with flash fill. So this is just a really nice way to search for the little feature that you're looking for, like merge. That's a good one. Insert. So basically anything that you can find in the top menu you can search for, and it will just pop right up. You don't have to click through each tab trying to find the menu item. And this same feature applies to Microsoft Word. I can type in word count and it'll give that to us, which I think is cool. If we type in single, it knows I'm thinking about single spacing. So we, line and paragraph spacing pops up. What's another good one? Center. So you can just type in, any menu item here that if you know something exists in Word in one of the menus, but you're not sure what tab it's under and you don't feel like, searching for each of the, under each of the tabs, you can just type the item in the help box and it's going to pop up for you. All right. So finally, we're going to move on to our third tip, which is talking about VLOOKUP versus index match. So for whatever reason, I find VLOOKUP to be a little bit confusing. I always have to look up references and like a little, article on how to use VLOOKUP when I use it. And then I'm going to go back in here. This article right here that I point out in the blog post for this month was really, really helpful for understanding why I should be using this instead of VLOOKUP. I hate that you have to name a number to indicate the column that's going to be returning values. I don't like that that's a thing with VLOOKUP. So I don't like that it has to be a table, whereas this can just be values. So we're going to, I kind of walk through this in the blog post, but we're going to do it live here. I've got my same example from the blog post, and I'm going to get rid of our formula here, and we're gonna type out the formula together. So it's going to start like this. We're going to, whoa, sticky keys, no thank you. We're going to type index, and then from here we are going to select the item that we want to return. So we're going to select these values. And then we are going to type match. And then first we're going to say what we want to match to. So we want to be able to type in a value in this cell, and we want to match it to the items here. So we're going to say B10, comma, and then we're going to select these. And then you have to specify if this should be an exact match or not. Generally, this is you want this to be an exact match. So we're just going to close both parentheses. And if I type in a name here, it's going to return the appropriate value. So I know this is the example that we used for you know, for this case, but I used this for matching an absolutely massive list of values to another absolutely massive list of values just for data normalization purposes, and it worked beautifully. It was really great. So I was able to match prices to a serial number using that serial number from a different table. So, you know, these items don't all have to be in the same spreadsheet or in the same sheet, rather. They can span different sheets and it works just as well. All right, so, and once again, I'm just going to head over here just to emphasize. So we had index, and then we're going to put in the values here that we want to return. So that's what we're going to be indexing. And then you say a comma and then match. And then we're going to add the, you know, the cell that we're going to enter in we're going to type in, you know, what we want to match. And then another comma. And then we put in an array or a span, and that's going to contain this value, this B11 in this case. And we want it to be an exact match. So in this case, we want to return one of the colors here. So we want to match B11 to this list of values. And you know, if we, I know we've got a name here, but if we do like this, Corey, Jesse, Erica, I'm not sure if this is going to copy over correctly. You might, yeah, you have to use our handy little, let me fix that. So we're going to put in our $sign here. Okay, we're going to copy that over. And it knows that we want to copy this list of values over into, you know, this section. So that's just how to do, you know, like I said, we can remove that. And it, you know, imagine these are serial numbers or something and you want to put in the dollar amounts. You would just create this formula and then copy and paste it, and it would populate those values appropriately. All right, so to sum up today, we covered deduplicating values, which you can easily do. Going under data, you select the column that you want to remove duplicates for. You click OK, and it will give you a little summary in the pop-up window there, and it will remove all of the duplicate values. If you want to look for, you know, some sort of item in one of the menus, you're not sure which tab it lives under, this goes for Word or Excel or PowerPoint, you can use this contextual search or help box, and it's going to pop up automatically with some options like so. And then finally, we talked about the index match function and why it's so nice, and it's a little bit more flexible than the VLOOKUP function, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I just understand it better than I understand VLOOKUP, so I prefer to use this. And I encourage you to test that out yourself. If you're ever finding a situation where you need to use VLOOKUP, give this a go instead. Just see if you like it. All right, thanks so much for joining today. My name is Megan Hagedorn. If you have any questions, feel free to either leave a comment on a blog post or email me directly at megan@marksgroup.net, and I will be sure to help out. All right, see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.